In 2023, we saw roughly 4 million real estate transactions across the country, and it's no secret that a large portion of those people that were making those moves were likely moving into or out of 55 plus age-restricted or retirement communities. And while there's plenty of perks to owning your own home, keeping up with yard work, maintenance, everyday tasks, and the responsibilities of homeownership can quickly become overwhelming and exhausting, particularly for those that are starting to age and near that stage of life where they no longer want to take care of those things. You know, there's a waning interest in handling a lot of the housework, and that's just one of the many reasons why someone nearing retirement age might consider moving into a 55 and over community. You know, maybe they no longer want a bigger house, or maybe they no longer want to be a burden on their friends and family who are having to come over and help them with their everyday tasks. Or, you know, maybe you just want to be around somebody that's at a similar stage in life that you are, and you're just trying to figure out what the right move is for you. So you're starting to look into those 55 and over communities. However, they're not always just the perfect utopia that they seem to be. So a lot of times these communities do come with some downfalls, as does any community. This is not simply just that 55 plus communities have a downside. Every single community has a downside. But today we're going to bring you the negatives that we've heard from some of our clients, just some conversations that we've had in the marketplace, and some others as to things they do not like about living in a 55 and over community. Before we dive into the video, my name is Matt Lunden. I'm a local real estate agent here in Coastal Delaware, and I put out content each and every week discussing what it's like to live here, the real estate market here, and all things Coastal Delaware. If that's something that you would like to see some more of, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. And then if you're someone that's looking to buy or sell real estate here in Coastal Delaware, that's what me and my team help you with every single day. And we love hearing from you guys here on the channel. So all our information is going to be down below in the description and right here on the screen. If we can help in absolutely any way, don't hesitate to reach out. Now let's dive into the content. The first thing to consider is that some retirement communities are centrally located in downtown areas. You know, you've got easy access to medical care, banking, grocery stores, everything you would need on a daily basis. But many times these age-restricted communities are actually located on the outskirts of town, largely due to the land acquisition costs and trying to keep those home prices more affordable, because they understand that those folks that are buying in there are likely on a fixed income and may not have a whole bunch of discretionary income that they can just spend on their home. However, when you do look for land that's a lower acquisition cost and you're looking on the outside of town, it puts you a little bit further from the services that you may often need. You know, if you're someone that needs medical care pretty regularly or any other services regularly, if you're far from those services, it's probably not as beneficial. So just keep that in mind, that a lot of these communities are a little bit more removed from the downtown areas, just because that's how they keep a lot of the home prices lower, because the land is just cheaper to acquire that way. So that is the main thing to consider, is the location. As they say in real estate, the three most important factors are location, location, location. So if you're someone that needs a pretty regular service and you're now moving into an area that's 20 or 30 minutes away versus, 5 minutes away, that's a big difference and just something important to consider. Second biggest factor, and this again is a hot topic on both sides of the age-restricted and non-age-restricted communities, homeowners association. While they can help keep the community looking beautiful and inviting and, it all looks pretty, if you've got a pet or you enjoy adding flowers to your window boxes and the association doesn't allow it, it could be rule breakers for you. A lot of HOA rules can be quite extensive and quite restrictive depending on the community, and even more so in these 55 and over neighborhoods. If you're someone that's used to just enjoying your home, it may not be the best opportunity for you, because you could potentially have to live with rules covering everything from, what you can plant in your flower beds to what color you can paint your front door. They really are a wide variety of rules, and most often these 55 plus communities tend to have more restrictive HOAs than the surrounding communities. So it's important to know what you're buying into prior to getting too far along in the search process. That way you're not let down in the end that, oh my God, we didn't know that we couldn't paint our front door bright pink. All of our front doors have been bright pink. If you're someone that doesn't enjoy or doesn't want restrictions on how you can enjoy your home and what you can, then chances are a 55 plus community, or really any HOA community, is probably not the best option for you. In addition to having the regular rules, HOA communities and the 55 and over associations also have fees associated. Here in Coastal Delaware, we typically see those fees on a monthly basis range from about $150 all the way up to $600 a month. In many of the age-restricted communities, homes often are smaller floor plans just because they think that most people at that age or at that stage of life want to downsize. And it's not a guarantee that it's going to be smaller than your current home, obviously, but they do tend to be smaller floor plans. So if you're someone that likes to host a lot of guests and you like to have people over pretty frequently, you may end up feeling a little bit cramped in that home. And the other part of that is if you're someone that likes to have a lot of guests stay with you, a lot of these communities restrict how long guests can stay. And if they're under that age restrictive mark, they could prevent you from staying even more so. So it's important to read the rules, be understanding that the floor plan, you can't change it really once you're in there. So make sure that you're consider all those factors prior to selecting a floor plan in one of these communities, because yes, downsizing may feel great because you're taking care of less home, but in the end, you also have less home if you do end up wanting to have friends over, family over, whatever it may be. I think one important factor that many who buy in these age-restricted communities really don't take into account is the resale factor. In a lot of these cases, the person buying the home oftentimes feel like it's going to be the last purchase they make. However, you could leave your loved ones or, whoever's responsible for your aftercare with a harder to sell asset or harder to sell home than you would if you're not in a 55 plus community. Anytime, obviously, that you put restrictions on a potential buyer pool, you're going to end up eliminating many of those would-be, ready, willing, able buyers. And those 55 and over communities are really no different. Now in Delaware, we do allow up to 20% of those communities to be below the 55-year-old mark. Many who are under that age don't even consider them to be an option. So you really eliminate an entire part of the buyer pool when you get into one of those age-restricted communities. So just by putting an age restriction on the community itself, it takes a lot of buyers away from it. And this often leads to homes in these communities taking longer to sell, longer than the area average to sell, which if you're someone that needs to do something quick, that could be a deterrent for you. Again, think of the backside. Even if you do feel it's your last purchase in your life, you're going to leave your loved ones with something that they may be stuck with for a little bit of time because it's going to take a little bit longer to sell. Potentially one of the larger complaints that I hear is that there's a lack of variety. A lot of people that move into these communities, they're all at the same stage in life. They all have the same preferences. All the homes look very similar. They all like to do the same things. So I've heard a number of people say, hey, we loved living here for the first year, but we're just kind of tired that our days all feel like it's the same day over and over again. So due to a lot of different factors, just consider that there will be or could be a lack of variety in that neighborhood. So if you're someone that likes a lot of different days and a lot of different things to do, it may not be the best fit for you. It's important to consider all these different factors before making your decision, so that way you don't end up regretting it in the end and you fully understand the full picture of what you're buying before you get into that community. That's going to do it for today's video on the negative side of living in a 55 and over community. If you found some value in today's video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. And then if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate here in Coastal Delaware, again, that's what my team and I help you with every single day. And we love hearing from you guys here on the channel. So all my information is going to be down below in the description and right here on the screen. If we can help in absolutely any way, don't hesitate to reach out. We look forward to hearing from you and hope to see you guys next time. Peace.